Police.
Yeah, this all happened around 1 this afternoon on Yo Street. State police from Schuylkill Haven responded to a domestic disturbance call. They say a 42-year-old man and his girlfriend were arguing when the man walked out of the front door with a bow and arrow drawn. That's when police started firing, hitting him in the leg. Neighbors tell us the girlfriend ran out of the house at one point naked with blood on her. They say this isn't the first time officers were called to the scene, saying they come on a regular basis.
Since they moved in here, the cops have been here numerous times.
Wow.
And they were just here about a half an hour before the incident started.
The street was closed this afternoon as officers were investigating and reconstructing the scene. The man was taken to the hospital. Police say he'll be facing charges, including attempted homicide and aggravated assault.
New at 10 tonight, Pennsylvania's Attorney General spent the day in our area talking about the opioid epidemic.
FOX 56's Katie Berlin was in Wayne County today when Josh Shapiro stopped by. She's live in the news center tonight with more. Katie?
Ryan and Dane, community leaders voiced their concerns today. Shapiro saying he's hearing loud and clear their most pressing request: more resources.
Anytime that you're hearing conversation and ideas and solutions, it's always a good day.
Susie Frisch drives this large truck full of educational tools around Wayne County, raising awareness about heroin addiction. She says it's her passion and purpose.
I see all the cracks, or where we really could use help from the county level and the state level.
And she's not the only one. Tonight, sitting side by side with other Wayne County leaders at a roundtable discussion with Attorney General Josh Shapiro.
What I'm seeing more and more, particularly here, is the way in which the county commissioners, the DAs, the local police chiefs, and others seem to be on the same page, actually working really well together.
Shapiro says he's noticed a difference in some communities' ability to tackle the epidemic.
In rural Pennsylvania, there's not enough resources to help put out on the street for law enforcement. So that's something we want to help with our local drug task forces. There's not always the same access to treatment beds in rural Pennsylvania versus some of the more densely populated communities.
More resources. That's what local leaders are calling for. More treatment beds, treatment availability, and staffing. And some say they need it more quickly than ever.
And now with the heroin and opiate epidemic and the high risk of overdose, we're always feeling like we need to serve people as quickly as possible, get them help as quickly as possible to try to reduce the risk of overdose.
Shapiro says he'll take back the concerns he heard today from Wayne County and other roundtable discussions around our area to Harrisburg to help where the Attorney General's office can. Live in the news center, Katie Berlin, FOX 56 News, first at 10.
All right, thank you, Katie. Police in Bucks County are looking for whoever did this. Look at your screen. This is a deer carcass on War Memorial Field at Central Bucks West High School in Doylestown. It was found just this morning, 2 days before Saturday's football game between rivals Central Buck West and Central Bucks East. Extra security measures are now being put into place at the school.
A man is dead after being hit by a car late last night. It happened on State Road 196 in the Mount Pocono region. Police say John Jansovic was walking in the middle of the street when he was hit. He was wearing dark clothing at the time. Now, police believe that could have led to him getting killed, but they are still investigating. The Attorney General's office announced the latest round of arrests in a major drug ring operating out of Wilkes-Barre and Luzerne County. Over the past year, they reportedly sold $1 million of heroin and crack cocaine. The AG's office and County DA's office charged 36 people with drug dealing. They identified an extensive network operating out of motels and homes throughout the area.
I've heard loud and clear from the folks in Luzerne County and across the region that people peddling this poison in their neighborhoods is undermining the quality of life, making people less safe. And we're not going to tolerate it.
Shapiro says the investigation is still ongoing.
PennDOT is rolling out a new tool this winter, and it is designed to help you. By going to 511 PA, you can see plow routes and where those drivers have already been. Not only can you see the times, but you can also see which streets were last plowed. PennDOT says it is ready for winter weather. So far, it has more than 650,000 tons of salt on standby across the state.
We've been preparing for our winter operations since last winter ended, and it is a huge responsibility for PennDOT. We want to let everybody know our equipment is in tip-top shape, our employees are ready, and we're ready to go.
And they want others to be ready to go as well. PennDOT says it could use your help this winter. It is looking for seasonal workers to add to its staff. It needs CDL drivers, equipment operators, welders, and diesel mechanics. New at 10 tonight, danger on the roads. PennDOT says in just the past few years, 87,000 crashes in our state have involved teens.
But that's not the only reason experts are concerned. Fox 56's Brian Sheehan joins us live off of Route 309 in Wilkes-Barre tonight. So Brian, they say too many teen drivers are dying on the roads each year.
Well, experts say even one death is too many, but the numbers, they speak for themselves. Between 2012 and 2016, nearly 600 teen drivers died while on our roads.
Road experts want to remind teen drivers about the dangers of distracted driving, especially when it comes to using their phones.
Instinctively, as soon as it buzzes, they look over and they look down, and that's a time that they have their eyes off the road, their mind off the task at hand, and many times their hands over messing with their phone when they really should be driving.
Caden Arndt knows it's a distraction for many of his peers, including himself.
I put my phone either in the center console, like enclose it, or in my cup holder. My cup holder actually has a cap that I put over it. That way, if my phone does go off, I can't even look at it. And so I try to remove that distraction completely.
Since 2012, experts say distracted driving contributed to nearly 15,000 crashes on PA roads, but more than 71% of total accidents involved teens driving too fast. While state law says the driver is responsible for their passengers, Arndt believes everyone in the car should be held accountable for their own safety.
That's a rule that I have when I'm with other people too. If I don't feel comfortable in the car, then I let them know. There's been multiple times where I've been driving with people and I just ask them to slow down. And they might think it's weird, but if they're not willing to, then I'll get out of the car and walk.
Rebecca Darling has her permit, but she's been in the car with many of her friends who are already driving on their own.
I feel like once people get their licenses, they have that freedom to do whatever they want with their car. So they speed a lot. That's what I found, and they go very fast. And sometimes I'm like, can you just slow down a little bit?
May says the sooner parents get their kids out on the road, the better.
If you wait until they're 21 years old to get their driver's license, well, really you have very little input on how they drive. If they get their license when they're 16, you have more control, more ability to supervise what they're doing.
Now, experts say that car crashes are the leading cause of death for drivers between the ages of 16 and 24 years old. Reporting live tonight in Wilkes-Barre, Brian Sheehan, Fox 56 News, first at 10.
All right, thanks, Brian. We have an update tonight on Route 209 near Jim Thorpe. After workers removed last month's rock slide there, PennDOT says the $350,000 project took 1 week instead of 2. The workers had to remove extra rocks from the mountains after they fixed the road, and today they also paved part of a nearby parking lot.
Again, that road is open. Police Union VP Dan Duffy is without a job tonight. That's according to our news gathering partners at the Times Leader. Mayor Tony George fired him after he allegedly sent a threatening email. George has yet to say if any other firings within the police force are possible.
Happening today, city inspectors were out in Wilkes-Barre neighborhoods as part of their Taking It to the Streets campaign. They looked for building and health code violations. Leaders say there are 25 things they watch for, including high grass and weeds, trash, abandoned cars, and indoor furniture on porches.
We're not here just to give out tickets. We're here to, improve the communities and improve the neighborhoods. So anything we could do to make people aware of what we're doing and correct the problems, the violations in the neighborhoods, that's what it's all about.
Well, this is the third week of that campaign. So far, 115 tickets have been handed out.
On the other side of this break, tomorrow is the Friday Night Rivals game. Tunkhannock hosts Towanda. Bob Ide has your preview coming up next.
And it looks likely that we are going to continue with these beautiful conditions that we have seen for most of the week. But what can we expect for the weekend and for the upcoming winter season? I've got all those answers for you coming up.